Hi, Trinity here. I'm down in North Carolina, so I'm in a different environment, and I did some car camping the last 2 nights, and my feet are swollen. Let me show you. Look how swollen my feet are. Now that's unacceptable. So I am out behind a Walmart trying to do some grounding and get all that fluid out of my feet by doing some walking. I've been in my car for 2 solid days now, and that's why my feet are so swollen. And I'm behind this Walmart. See, there it is. How many of you have actually been behind a Walmart? And I want to talk to you about Trinity Urban Permaculture Principle number 9, which roughly states, wow, the edge of two environments, where two different environments or natural states meet, you're going to find maximum diversity. And I don't think I fully understood that until just now. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. This is what I'm looking at. And this is where I'm standing. You practically couldn't find two more diverse areas. And this is the edge, okay? So I can walk along this area by the Walmart, and on this side I see institutional blandness, but I can walk freely here, free of snakes and ticks and, horrible spiders and terrible things, quote unquote terrible things. And by simply turning my head 20 degrees, look at the diversity. It's all around me, all right? Living freely, thriving, and then bang, there's the edge, and there's quote unquote civilization. So these edges allow us the opportunity to walk alongside all of this vast diversity and have access to it to a certain degree. Like, I'm in my swollen bare feet right now, so I'm not going to go walking down in there. I can respect the autonomy of nature while I am here on the path. So what you do is you build judicious paths through nature, harming as little as possible, asking as you go, and this will give you access to some of this diversity while maintaining the integrity of the natural world. I think that's kind of what we're talking about here. So let me stop and walk along this edge for a bit and see if I find any cool miracles to share with you. Okay, now here's something neat that I'm noticing and I'm hypothesizing about. These verticals here are drains from Walmart's flat roof, and we can see that each one of them has a clean out. And my hypothesis is I'm hoping that these drains come down and exit into this little wonderland here. I'm not sure if that's EPA approved, but it would explain why this little ravine here is flourishing so tremendously. If all that Walmart water is being expelled right here, I sure hope it is, because that would be that would be fantastic. I know in our state, every time you build something and remove some wetland, you have to create little spaces where commensurate amounts of water can seep into the ground. It's part of our law in Pennsylvania. Not sure about North Carolina, but if so, then this building isn't quite so much of a travesty if it is watering this entire portion here. All right, here we have chicory, and there, quite frankly, are bunches of it right here along this edge. And chicory is a beautiful little wildflower, and the roots can be used as a form of coffee, and those roots actually improve your gut health too when used as a form of coffee. Kind of neat right there. All right, here we have some bull thistle. This little puppy, this is a young one. I get really, really big ones up in my garden in Pennsylvania. This is a protector plant, and whoa, man. These little thorns are not to be trifled with. Now, this is a baby, so I can touch it, but boy, oh boy, they get crazy wild. And this is a protector plant. It draws 30 different kinds of pollinators, particularly bees and butterflies, because this portion right here will turn into a real pretty purplish blue flower. And so it draws pollinators, and these leaves will get real nice and big, and they protect small animals. And you know, anything that lands on this little puppy is not going to be eaten by a predator because it's being protected. It's got a very, very deep root system, so it can be planted along the edges of your garden and keep rabbits out and stuff. It's a wonderful protector plant, and it'll grow in practically anything, so it can remediate really, really bad soils. Okay, I'm noticing something down here. See these little fern-like leaves? This plant, I just looked it up. It's called sensitive partridge pea, and it's a nitrogen fixer. And it also attracts butterflies and all kinds of pollinators and predatory insects. When I say predatory insects, I mean insects that eat other insects, that keep the land, you know, the amount of insects diverse and in balance. But the thing that's cool about a nitrogen fixer is it has this magic ability. It can pull nitrogen out of the air and bring it into itself and down into the roots, and thus it can pull nitrogen out of the air for the soil. This is often found in soil that needs remediation, it needs help. So nature pulls this sort of plant in to heal the ground. How cool is that? Okay, I've been grounding now for about 10 minutes, and the inflammation is starting to go down. Look, you can almost see my ankle. This is a tulip tree. I just examined it, and this particular specimen is super healthy. And oh, let's take a look. There's some more there, and there's some more there. Oh wow, this edge is getting better and better. These trees can get 131 feet tall. They are appreciated in woodworking because they are a hardwood, but they're lightweight, so they can be used in aircraft and in boats. The Native Americans use them for canoes. Oh, this is so cool. Look at, I've never seen tulip tree saplings so healthy. And then look what's 3 feet away. You talk about diversity along the edge. Okay, here's a new one. I've not seen this before. It looks exactly like a dandelion to me, but look how long. I mean, holy schnickerdoodles. That's like 2 feet tall. It's a dandelion on a stilt. It's called autumn hawkbit. And it'll get a dandelion puffball, and it'll go like that, and it'll just spread all over the place naturally because of its little parachutes on its seeds. So this is a plant that'll bring pollinators, and it'll grow in practically anything. Look, practically anything. This is like solid clay here. I love it. Oh my gosh. I just love watching how nature will come back and it'll self-heal. Look at how this ground was, I mean, look at all this asphalt. Look at how this ground was disrupted. This might even be landfill for all I know, to level this out and put all this impermeable surface. And then boom, right along the edge, nature's healing. Okay, look at this. Look at the cute little spikes. This is Allegheny blackberry. This is a berry, and it's super, super healthy. And if we look over here, look, there's one that's already got the berries starting on it. Literally 3 feet away from asphalt. Oh my gosh, I've died and gone to plant heaven. Who knew? Oh look, there's a taller tulip. Can't call it a seedling anymore. That's probably 6, 7 feet tall, that one.